Good morning, class. Today is June 4th, 2020, and we'll start with our This Day in History. On this day in 1989, we have the Tiananmen Square Massacre. So remember, all of the protesters were gathered in this big open area in China, protesting for democracy, and the government pretty much just went in and forced them all out, and thousands died and were arrested. This day in 1989 as well, Poland holds its first free election since World War II. Let that sink in. First free elections in 45 years. On this day in 1647, Charles I is captured. He was King of England. There was a civil war in England, and he was captured. He's eventually beheaded for basically leading as a tyrant and not letting Parliament do its job. On this day in 1911, gold is discovered in Alaska. There's lots of gold and lots of oil in Alaska. On this day in 1919, the Senate passes the women's suffrage bill, meaning women have the right to vote. Women have only had the right to vote here in America for about 100 years. On this day in 1940, there is the evacuation at Dunkirk. It was I don't know a lot about it. My military history knowledge pretty much doesn't exist. So it was a World War II. It was this big evacuation effort to try to they saved 300,000 troops and evacuated them from the area. And on this day in 1942, the Battle of Midway began. This was another battle in World War II, and it was in the Pacific Theater, so it was over near Asia. Because remember, we were fighting with Asia, and we were with Japan, and we were fighting in Europe with Germany and Italy. Alright, what's going on today? You still have work to do. I'm going to try to grade some papers this morning. I am going into school. I will be there from I'll leave at 11:30ish, get home around 5. I can be there from 12 to 4. So I'll be cleaning out my classroom, and like I said, it's probably going to be a very sad, emotional day. Very difficult. This is not how I'm used to packing up. This is my 7th year teaching. Never had to do anything like this before. It's very, very strange to me. I graded some papers yesterday. Some of you did your work incorrectly from the Turning Points assignment. I kicked it back to you, told you what to do, and you should be good to go. I think that's about it. As always, if you need anything, feel free to shoot me an email. Bye, guys.